Hello, everyone, and welcome to Seeds of Success. I'm Dottie, and with me today is Jay. Hi, Jay.
Hey Dottie, how's it going out there, everybody?
It's going great for me. Jay, we have had a lot of people call in telling us that they're reopening and they're seeing all these new faces that they haven't seen in a while and some that they've never seen, to be quite honest. And
Thank
it's
God they're starting to come back out.
they are starting to come back out, but it's very exciting to see that we have the families starting to come back in. We definitely have young people that are ready to get out. They want to get in a safe environment where they can come out and socialize and have fun and eat and drink with their friends. And so we're seeing these new faces, which is so exciting. And so today the topic that we've chosen is everybody likes to be a winner. I know I
Mm.
do, and I certainly know you do.
I'm
Uh,
a competitive person at the deep heart, so so if there's a game to be played, pass the dice. Let's go.
that's right. And so the topic today is really taking the experience and adding another opportunity to enhance that experience. So layering some things on top of that experience, um, the unexpected. A
Yeah.
customer comes to the center and they're expecting certain things. They're expecting their lanes. They're expecting to be able to bowl and have fun with their friends and so on and so forth. But when you give them an added bonus, something they're not expecting, where they have maybe an opportunity to win something, that's fun. That's adding a layer of fun to their
it's
experience.
it adds an important layer of fun because one of the things that you're going to do when you do this right is you're going to set yourself apart from any competitors that you may have. I'm not talking about other bowling centers, although that's true. I'm talking about other entertainment options that they have also. So don't think that I'm only mean like XYZ lanes down the street. I'm talking about miniature indoor golf. I'm talking about rock wall climb, whatever your competitors are in your area. You want your customers to have the best time they can and remember the time they had in your facility because they're going to want to come back. And you can do so easily by adding this layer that you're talking about, Dottie.
And Jay, keep in mind that that goes for any type of customer. So
Right.
you can do this with your league bowlers. You can
Your
do it
tournament players, heaven forbid you have fun in a tournament. Well, when's that supposed to happen?
absolutely your birthday parties. You can add something unexpected, and some of that can be based on skill. So if you have a group in your center, obviously you want to be aware of who your audience is, and
Right.
you want to tailor what you're doing to that particular audience. So, for example, if you have a tournament in, or if you have a league on the floor, or you have a practice time where it's all league bowlers or whatever, you would probably want to have an option where there's some competitiveness in the whatever it is that you're going to set up for them to have another opportunity to win.
Right. So what you're
Skill is
saying is skill is required. And interestingly enough, within the Best X family of games that we have in our system, whether you have Best X or Best X Ultimate or whatever, we break them down into different categories of games. And we have chance games and we have skill games. Chance meaning just that. No skill needed to win. The computer will randomly allow people to win with some parameters that you can even set. I might say I only want this game to show up once every 100 frames that are thrown, meaning once every 10 games. That's not very long if you have 20 lanes going. That might happen every 5 or 7 minutes or so. And then I might only want to allow so many winners to happen. You have that ability. On the skill side, you don't have the ability to control the winners. They're controlling the winners. You might have the ability to control how frequently the opportunity shows up. So within our particular Best X system, you have those controls. But what if you don't have our system? What if you don't have any system? Can
well,
you still accomplish this? Of
and
course.
Jay, let's back up for just a second, because even with the skill games, if you have somebody that still wants a touch of the skill, but they aren't the best bowler, there are opportunities in certain games to determine the level of skill that you
And
want.
that's called the hot shot value. So a lot of our games will allow you to say, what do I need to get to win? It doesn't have to be a strike. Maybe it's 9. Maybe you got a house full of 6-year-olds and maybe 8 is the right number for you to make them a winner. Well, I don't know. That's up to you to decide in your group, but you have flexibility there. And just because it's a system or a computer system that's allowing you to do this, if you don't have this, stop. Think about it. If I don't have, I can still do the same things. They'll be done manually. But the point that we're making here is not necessarily, do you have our latest system with all the games? No, we're making a point that if you have our latest system, it's going to be super easy for you to execute. But if you don't have our system, are you even thinking about this way? And if you aren't, shame on you. You should be thinking differently about your customers.
And Jay, it doesn't have to be a sophisticated, program that you roll out. It could be as simple as just taking a sticker and putting it on a specific chair in your pit and making an announcement. Guys, it's time for the
look for the
red
winner. Sticker, lucky dot, whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
You said it.
And when you have a group, especially younger people that are in these millennials or these Gen Zers that are just wanting to get out and have fun, and you spring this on and somebody in their group wins, it's going to start to create that talk. And of course I'm
going live with it. I'm videoing it. It's going to show up on Instagram. It's on Snapchat already. Yeah.
And not that that's the ultimate goal by doing this. The ultimate goal by doing this is to just
engage them.
Socks off.
Yes.
Be fun. And by doing that, it also creates fun for your staff. So when you've got stuff like this going on and your customers are happy, in the event something does, maybe their machine, there's a 90 stop and they're inconvenienced for just a couple seconds, they don't care. Hey, I just won this gift card for my next visit or, whatever. They're much more tolerable. But more so, you're giving them something they didn't
expect. Right. And you've increased the value of them coming into your center. So the next time they're looking to have a good time, they're going to remember, I had a great time when we went to XYZ Bowl. Let's go back there. Maybe we'll get to play that game again if they do that, whatever that thing is. And so, Dottie, you wanted to talk about a few different ways that you've executed this over time. And of course, since we've been around before dirt was even made, we've had to do it manually for many years. And now it's like a dream come true. I remember back in the, go ahead.
This just goes to show that anybody can do it. It doesn't matter if you have it doesn't even matter if you have an automatic scoring system, to be quite honest.
It doesn't.
It doesn't even matter if you're in bowling. Just in general. If you are in the business where you have customers, this is something that really is applicable to you, because to give them something they don't expect, there's so much value. It tells them, it shows them that you are dedicated to their experience. And that's the message that they're looking for and they're holding on to.
It is. I'm a game show fanatic. And I think my alternative ego, my alter ego was a game show host in the late 70s to early 90s. I think that's like the prime game show time. And I used to run moonlight bowling back up in northern New York at Plattsburgh Lanes back in the day. And I would sell out my 36 lanes. This is 1982, 83, 84. When I was 16 years old, I was running it because I liked to do it. But I would sell 36 lanes out a month in advance. You had to prepay for a month in order to come in. That's how much fun we used to have. My boss let me do whatever I want. So, I was playing music by recording the songs on the radio and putting it up to the microphone before we had sound systems, and we would play crazy games. Well, guess what? Those crazy games is what people came for. And that was the key. I learned very early on that everyone wanted to have a chance to win something. Everybody wanted to feel like they were involved. And when I ran a New Year's Eve party, I did the most magical thing ever. The week between Christmas and New Year's is a beautiful time for sales, if you remember correctly, especially back in the day. So I would take a certain number of dollars per lane that I had budgeted, and I would go shopping days after Christmas, and I would buy tons of things that anybody could use. Electronic houseware stuff, mixers, bowls, blankets. I don't know. I'd buy everything at cheap prices because they were all on clearance. And I would wrap 50 prizes exactly with the same wrapping paper and put big numbers on them. And throughout the New Year's Eve time, I would have my bucket with all the lane numbers in there, and we would pull one out at a time, and they would do some crazy thing and they could win, pick one of the prizes. You know, they wouldn't know what's in it, but we did that. And so every lane ended up having a chance. And I realized that was the key. Everybody felt like they were involved. That was something that was a little bit, you know, to set up and to wrap and buy, but it was so worth it that I couldn't not do it from year 2 on. I had to continue to do it.
And you know, Jay, of course, that was perfect for them. The timing was perfect. Everything
Right.
played into place. But you know, you can also do that and get others in the community involved. So you can do that on a barter. And I know we've already done a show on
A
bartering.
whole barter thing.
So obviously you and I know the value
Some of my prizes were bartered
as well.
for sure.
But nonetheless, when you're able to add something like that to it, it does generate buzz, but it also sets you apart. And the idea with today, with customers coming back in that may have never been in or haven't been in a long time, you can take that experience up a notch. When you can kick it up a notch, they're going to remember that and they're going to want to come back. And again, like I said, you know, I keep this song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, that just keeps going through my mind. And I'm thinking, customers just want to have fun. There's got to be a song. Somebody needs to make us a song. Bowlers just want to have fun. I don't know. But anyway, and you know, it can be even tailored towards corporate. And if you don't have anything, I've got to share this story. We had a huge battle of the beers. You know how competitive beer companies are, and they were always battling for the prime spot in the bar for their POS or their neon or whatever.
Or the new thing on tap or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah, so I got tired of it, and I said, okay, we're going to have a battle of the beers, and we're going to have some fun. So I did just a trivia. It was simple. I was there the whole time for the event, so I wanted to have fun. So I did a trivia, and one of the things that I asked for, it's kind of like the old show, Let's Make a Deal. You know, come with your big bag of tricks because you never know what they're going to ask for. So I asked for someone to show me a hole in their sock, not the one their foot goes in, but a legitimate hole in their sock. And so, I mean, it was hilarious. We see several grown people coming up, taking their shoe off as they're coming up to me. And this person comes to me with the rattiest looking sock on you've ever seen. And not just one hole, but several holes. And of course, being the person that I was like, oh my folks, I want to have everybody's attention. Look at this poor man's sock. This is horrible. We need to take up a collection for this guy. He needs a new pair of socks. And immediately he kind of went red. I said, so what is your name? And he said, and I said, and what do you do for, this was Budweiser. And he was like one of the higher ups. So of course I had to take it and say, folks, do not ever go asking for a raise. We have got to get this man some
this poor man some socks.
So I had fun. They had fun, and every single time I saw this Budweiser guy, he brought that up because
he had to tell you about his remember my
fun.
sock, right?
We had a lot of fun.
But that's the point. You made an impression. He made an impression on you as well as you making one on him, and everybody remembered that little fun engagement. Now imagine you've got a house half full of people, maybe it's not even full, and you start to have fun with your audience in any way that's appropriate for that audience, and that's the key we're telling you about. Don't think it's one thing only. It could be at whatever you can imagine, you do it. And like you said about Let's Make a Deal, I was doing that back in the day. Bring me a 1972 quarter, the first person to do that wins. You know, we would make up stupid little things. All I did was watch the show and go, oh, I'm going to ask for that next time, you know. And I had ladies coming in with a purse full of crap with egg timers and stuff like that, you know, because they didn't know what I was going to ask for. So you're right. You have a good time with your staff, with your employees, and then the whole thing just is seamless. And you end up at the end of the night going, wow, we had a great night of business. And you look forward to the next time.
And even the employees had a good time.
Well, yeah, everybody wants to work on that shift. They don't want to work the boring one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Jay, I think that we have left lots and lots of little seeds for our audience today. And, you know, I would love for you to write into us and tell us some of the things that you've done or some of the things that you've tried that we suggested or we've shared with you. These are certainly not all original ideas. These are things that we've tried and we've enjoyed, but I know there's a lot more out there.
Oh,
So
for sure.
I liked it. This is something I enjoy doing, is coming up with those kinds of fun things to do. So I'm glad that we had an audience, and I'm hoping that that helped people just a little bit.
I'm sure it will. Now, if you're like Dottie and I and you like to have a good time, don't forget about your customers, right? The key to this whole promotion that you're going to create is to have fun with it and make sure your customers are impacted by it, your clientele that's visiting your center, and they're putting you first, you know, first in mind for future events. That's it. Keep it simple, have fun with it, and just enjoy. So on behalf of Dottie San Martin and myself, Jay Nephew, the rest of us here at Seeds of Success and Beyond the Frame, we thank you for joining us today. And we're going to look forward to that email, Dottie. I'm holding them to it. I'm going to read an email on the next time we do a seed about this. So you
Absolutely.
remind me for that update.
And Jay, at the end of the day, when customers become a winner, you become a
You
winner.
become a winner. Absolutely. Good point, Dottie. Good point.
And
From all
until
of us
next
winners
time,
here.
from Jay and Dottie, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Seeds of Success.